Hey guys, we're going to be testing out the web browser performance between the iPad mini Retina on the left and the Nexus 7 2013 on the right. Now I'm using the stock browsers for both, so that's Safari on the iPad mini and Google Chrome on the Nexus 7 2013. If there's an overwhelming demand for me to test out another browser on the Nexus 7, I will make another video, so comment that in the comments if that's something you want me to do. I've turned off the preloading of websites on both browsers and I've cleared the browser memory on both as well, so yeah, here we go. And yeah, we'll start off with The Verge right here. iPad mini is first, but it's not finished. You can see that little spinning sign in the top left hand corner, but it has displayed the information ready for you to view pretty quick. Nexus 7 is coming in now and it's done, and you can see the iPad mini is actually still loading something in the top left hand corner. Not sure what that is, but the actual site loaded very quickly on the iPad mini, but it has finished on the Nexus 7, so I'm not sure what's going on in the background there on the iPad. In terms of performance, both are pretty smooth, but the iPad mini to me just felt that tad bit smoother. Scrolling was definitely faster on the Nexus 7. You could flick it quite quickly. You can't do that on the iPad. The pinch to zoom gesture felt a little bit quicker and more responsive on the iPad mini. It's not bad on the Nexus 7, but it just doesn't feel as responsive as the iPad mini Retina. Next up, we'll load Android Central. Again, very quick on the iPad mini. We're completely finished on the iPad mini. There was a little bit of a stutter there when scrolling. And the Nexus 7 finishes. Next up, we've got GSM Arena. Try and hit these at the same time. iPad mini has finished first. Nexus 7 is catching up, definitely not as far behind as it has been, and it comes in now. So yeah, a little bit closer to that time. Performance, again, pretty much the same story, a little bit faster, a little bit more responsive on the iPad mini, but pretty good on the Nexus 7, especially considering the price difference between these two devices. Let's not forget that. Next up, we got Amazon. iPad mini is first, followed by the Nexus 7. John Lewis here. The iPad mini just gets something on the display so quickly, it really is quite impressive. That being said, you can see that the Nexus 7 2013 isn't that far behind the iPad mini in some of these websites. Some of them it is quite a big difference, some of them it's not. Again, the iPad mini is first here and it has finished first, but again there isn't that much of a big difference between these last few websites I've tested. Let's check out a benchmark here. We're running SunSpider, which is a JavaScript benchmark, and lower numbers are better, so you want it to be the lowest number possible. Let's see what happens here. Pretty evident the iPad mini has taken a lead here. It's actually going down very quickly. The Nexus 7, you can see it's not going down quite as fast. We're going to be finished now on the iPad mini, so that was really quick. Let's zoom in here and have a look. 418.2, so a really good score. That is very, very fast for JavaScript performance. The Nexus 7 comes in with a score of 1034.6, so definitely slower there. And lastly, we're going to run the BrowserMark benchmark, and one thing I wanted to show you guys is the 3D animations. You can see here it is smoother on the iPad mini. You can definitely see some drop frames on the Nexus 7. Again, this could be down to the browser. Maybe a different browser on the Nexus 7 will fare differently, so if you guys know a better browser and you really want me to test one, let me know in the comments, I'll test it. Another thing you can notice quite a big difference is here. You can see the resizing on the iPad mini is very smooth. That same animation on the Nexus 7, well, you can see for yourself here. It's quite a bit slower and definitely nowhere near as smooth as the iPad mini was. Final scores are in. You can see the iPad mini scores 3,493, better than 98% of all tablet browsers. The Nexus 7 scores 2,898 and it's better than 94% of all tablet browsers. So pretty good scores from both, but you can definitely see the iPad mini outscoring the Nexus 7, although you have to take into account the Nexus 7 is quite a bit cheaper than the iPad mini and it's still better than 94% of all tablet browsers out there. So really impressive from both. The iPad mini does have better browsing performance, at least with the stock browsers. Yeah, peace out.